Hey everyone, it's Bree and I'm back today with a new video. Today's video is going to be a beach build, or I think they're called like a bungalow resort or like a house on water. Basically, in my head, I'm thinking it's like a vacation rental house that you would go to on a holiday, and kind of like at those hotels they have on water, except it's like its own house kind of thing, so it would be way more expensive, obviously. This one, I got the idea while I was looking at places I want to go to, and a lot of tropical places have some really cool houses on water that I found really cool, and you're just kind of like walk along a dock to get to your house, and it's pretty exciting for me. I don't know, I've never been to one of these, so I thought it was pretty cool to try and recreate, especially in The Sims where you're really limited with your options with all the water stuff. So I do have to connect it to the land so that the sim can get to the house, but while I was playing I discovered that the sims will actually just swim back and forth between the water, and as long as you have like not a foundation, they won't jump back onto the foundation, but they'll jump onto the land, which I colored in tiles. So as long as there is a land, they don't need the ladder, and they'll just swim back and forth. I find my sim will literally, because I put the mailbox in one of the corners because it kind of obstructed the view of the house, because it's a rental property. Most rentals don't have mailboxes, so you still need one in order to play the game, but I kind of put it off into a corner, and so my sim just jumps off the deck and swims all the way to the mailbox, and then swims all the way back to the house when she's done. So I thought that was pretty cool, that they actually use it, especially after all the landscaping that I put into the water. It's still usable. But I honestly love this house. I'm using it to play right now, and just for fun for myself, and it's actually like really light and airy, and it's just a lot more brighter than the houses I usually play in, probably because, you know, the other houses I play in are like humongous and all dark colors, but this one I used a lot of light colors and whites and beiges and stuff. But I definitely wanted this place to be like somewhere you could just relax and have fun, so there's a lot of things to do in this house, and here I'm just trying to make it into workable water basically. This house didn't actually take me that long. I did have a few hours of footage to edit, but I really liked how it turned out, so it didn't bother me too much. Again, using my new editing system, it's been a lot easier to edit, so I can just stop when I don't want to record, instead of having to record the whole thing and then delete all the intervals where I am not actually playing, or things that don't need to be shown and stuff like that, where I'm just thinking about what I want to do. Because as I said before, I am like a super slow builder, and I like to think my things out a lot of the time. Sometimes I'll do it one way and then I'll completely scrap it and do it a different way. So my thinking process is all over the place, and it's hard to show all of it in a recording. It's just way too long. So I was having problems with these roofs. Even though we finally got like the circular roofs, I don't know, it's really hard for me to do roofs on angles, and I find that's something I probably have to work on. But as you can see, like, the roof just kept going through the fence. It won't go through walls, a room, but it will go through a fence, even though the fence is classified as a room. So it's really frustrating for me to make roofs on a diagonal angle. So annoying. I decided to do archways instead of doors, just because it gave me more of like the tropical vibes The kind of like, I don't know, it was different and I liked it. And there's lots of windows in this build, but I really liked having all the windows because it gave me an easier way that I didn't have to decorate the walls as much, and I didn't feel like there was so much blank space. I mean, if you're sitting in the middle of an ocean, well, not in the middle of the ocean, but if your house is on water, don't you want to see those beautiful views? I would not want to have a wall blocking it. So yeah, there's a lot of windows, but I enjoyed that aspect. I'm actually really proud of myself for being more take charge than I usually am. I'm literally the queen of procrastination, so I've been meaning to do this recording for a very, very long time, and I just wasn't able to make myself go and do it. Granted, I have had a lot of things going on recently, but that's no excuse whatsoever. And a lot of the time I tell myself, you can do it tomorrow, and then the next day is you can do it tomorrow. And that's like, that's my motto for everything. You can do it tomorrow. But I've really been trying to focus on not procrastinating because it's so bad for me. And I usually feel like really bad with myself. Like I'll get really down and sad that at the end of the day, I'm like, wow, I accomplished nothing today. That's not what I wanted to do at all today, So like, I've been really trying to step my game up and make sure I have a video out every week and that I am staying on top of my goals for June, because I have quite a few and I want to make sure that I have something I can look forward to at the end of the month and think, wow, like, you accomplished all your goals this month. Like, that would be a great feeling, because I'm so bad at getting that stuff done. I need to focus, and this is me focusing and feeling really accomplished with it. So back to the build though. I was really, really excited for this build. I just had that random idea. I wrote it down, and at the time that I got the idea, I was making a house already, so I didn't want to abandon that one to start a new idea, because that happens and then I lose inspiration for the old idea and it just goes downhill from there. But yeah, so I definitely wrote it down, and I came back to it and kind of like had a new perspective on how I wanted to do it. And so this came out, and I was like, you know what, wouldn't it be cool, because you see so many like Instagram posts of people who have like a swimming pool that overlooks more water past the swimming pool, and that's kind of what I was going for. It's not really like the infinity pools at all. That's not what I was trying to do. But it's I don't know, I just wanted that like vacation feel, that dream destination kind of feeling. It's hard to describe for me. I am not good with words a lot of the time, but I feel like I hit it on the spot. So that was just, I kind of skipped all the landscaping on the outside of the build, so you'll see all those rocks and trees and greenery at the bottom. That literally took me so long, you have no idea. So I know that landscaping is really repetitive and annoying and definitely a waste of time for recordings. So like it just be like sped up. It would have been 5 minutes of placing rocks, which I did not think was very interesting. So I did cut that out, and you kind of just got a preview, or like, what's the ending? Yeah, you kind of just saw the exit of that clip, and I don't know, I love landscaping, it's my favorite, but it's definitely not the funnest to watch when it's really repetitive and the same object over and over again. So I did cut this out, but I am using a lot of the cats and dogs items because they're so like nautical themed. So I do use a lot of those, and I try to include a lot of rustic birch colors in this build. see with the whites and the birches. I'm just going through it with the whole house. The roof is what I like to think is like a straw hut kind of look. It definitely gives me those tiki vibes. What is vibes? Vibes. The tiki vibes. And then I just use this kind of wood paneling throughout the whole outside and inside of the house. It doesn't change, I don't think, in any room, just because I wanted it to look all universal, kind of, I don't think these places have drywall, I don't think they're like houses. That's not what I mean, but it's hard to explain. I just think it's for us, we have like, in Canada they have like the siding for the cold weather and the wet weather to keep all that stuff out of the house, and then they have like insulation and drywall and all that crap before you have like a wall. But in this place, I think they just use one material, which is the same on the inside and the out, and I don't think they like really insulate the place because it's so hot. You don't want all the humidity stuck inside, so that's why the doors are open and there's not much, well, I hope there's no insulation, because that would just be unbearable. I can't imagine that kind of weather. I recently went to a tournament for softball game, and it's just like a for fun. It's a league, a family, like a neighborhood league. We pay for it, but it's not for like the whole city kind of thing. It's just like a weekend tournament for the neighborhood to like just reconnect and see what everybody's up to these days kind of thing. So it's a beer league for sure, and it's really fun, but I only went the one day because it's the Friday afternoon and night, Saturday and Sunday. The Sunday is the playoffs, and Saturday was just the opening games basically. So I went for the whole day Saturday from 8 a.m. and I was out because they had a party afterwards to probably like 3 a.m. So I was there like outside all day, and I toasted like a marshmallow. I was so toasted, like I was worse than a burnt marshmallow. Honestly, that's the best reference I can make because I literally burnt so bad, and I knew that if I had gone out Sunday and spent all day Sunday, I would have burnt. So I can't imagine going to a really hot destination for a few days. Like, I really want to, but I'm actually really scared to, because I'm way too pale. I have ginger genes, and like I'm not ginger, and there's nobody in my family that's ginger, but gingers are really susceptible to sunlight and they burn really, really bad, and I have those genes. I don't know where they came from, but I have them, and it's probably the worst gene to have. I can be outside for like an hour in like plus 30 weather, which is Celsius here, not Fahrenheit, and I'll just burn. In an hour, I'll be as red as a lobster, as red as Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob. I will be. It's just so bad. I can't, like, I need to find a sunscreen that prevents that much, because I just want to tan. I just want to be a beautiful tan person, and I can't because I burn. So The Sims is really good for, I don't think you'll get sunburn in the new seasons pack that's coming out, but that would be kind of cool. I mean, I'm living my dream here in this beach build, and I'm playing it, like, for fun. And if the seasons comes out and my sim burns, I will be crying inside. Like, Sims is a place to escape your real life. I don't want to bring burning and having to wear sunscreen outside. that will ruin all of my dreams. I am pretending to be a really tan person in The Sims, and you're just gonna destroy my dreams. It's just gonna end right there for me. I'm being a little bit over dramatic, but yeah, no, it's not fun. If you're a tan person who never ever gets sunburnt, I hate you. I'm sorry. Not really. I hate you. I want your jeans. Anyways, back. Enjoyed this build, and I really liked how the colors really all blended. In The Sims 4, it's really hard to find the same kind of colors to go together, and I wish we had more of that aqua blue on that carpet there. I really, really, really love that blue, but for some reason we have a whole bunch of colors that kind of look like that blue but are a little bit off, and that kind of sucks, but it kind of gets me going. I'm all I freak out inside because I want it to all be the same, but I know that's not how it works, and yeah, it just makes me upset. But here I'm adding extension because I realized there was only going to be one bathroom in the house, and I wanted there to be another one on the top floor because the top floor leads out to this awesome party deck with a bar, and I didn't want them to have to walk all the way downstairs, so that was fun. I enjoyed moving all that stuff around. And then I go back down here. Obviously, I was having some thinking process going on. I was like, oh, I gotta fix that. Oh, I gotta do this. But here, this room is so big, and I was trying to really create different spaces for the place, and it just kind of looked like if I had put nothing there, it wouldn't have flown nicely how I wanted it to. I wanted it to go with the flow, and it just didn't. So yeah, I had to fix that, and I really wanted a computer in the space, so we got one there. Originally, I had thought I would do a study, but most vacation places, there are not any studies. I wouldn't want there to be. You're on vacation, right? So it doesn't make sense, but I thought this would just be for a fun place, and I kind of get I try to bring some fishes, and I miss The Sims 3 where you could put you could go and fish and put them in your tank and feed them and stuff. The Sims 4 is a little bit different. You can still put them in a bowl thing, but it's not the same. I don't know. It's hard to explain for me. There's a lot of things in The Sims 4 that I wish we had from The Sims 3, and I'm sure a lot of people agree with that. I hear nonstop about that, but everybody's really excited for the season's pack to come out, so there's not much complaining being done right now. I'm sure after it comes out, people will be like, oh, why didn't you do this? And why didn't you do that? And I know a lot of the time it's hard for them to do that stuff, but if they did everything the same, there would be no point in making extensions of the game, because then you would just have the one, and there would be no point. Nobody's gonna buy a Sims 5 if they know it's exactly the same as Sims 4. Well, you just don't have any expansion packs until they come out with the exact same expansion packs, so nobody's gonna want to pay money for the exact same thing that they already have. I know that's how they get you. They change a lot of things that you don't like, so that you come to this game and you request all these things, and then once you get them, it makes you happy. And I get it. It's a good way for them to make money, and it's good to keep the game alive, which I'm forever grateful for. But I do miss the driving in The Sims 3, and the open world. I don't like traveling in The Sims 4, and I don't like the kind of certain plots you can only have. I liked in The Sims 3 how you could make your own plots, and how there was terrain and stuff. I know everybody misses that, but that was a lot of fun, and it's really hard for me to run The Sims 3 on my computer now because it's so old and it doesn't get much updates anymore. So, but here I'm trying to put some blinds up, and they're way too big. They just didn't fit. They're way too long and they cut off all the view. So I sized them down. I took the window off, I placed them, and then I put the windows back. And I was finding it really hard to, like fit stuff in to this really narrow kind of bathroom. Like, it's a long bathroom and you can fit stuff in. It's just kind of narrow, so I didn't want really big objects taking up the path there. So I did try putting in one of those side tables in between the sinks, just to give it like a little bit of a different kind of look. I still wanted like a counter where I could put stuff on, but I didn't want to put an actual counter in. I just didn't fit the style that I was going for. And for some reason, this room decided to make itself not part of the room. Don't know how that happened, but I fixed it. Took me a few minutes to figure out what was going on, but I fixed it. And then here we are making the master bedroom. And I really liked this bedroom down here. I don't know which one would actually be the master bedroom. That one's just kind of a loft upstairs and it's really big, but this one is also a big bedroom with like a lot of closet space and its own bathroom that it shares with all of downstairs. They both have separate entrances though, so it's kind of like an ensuite. I did really like this one. It's really relaxing and peaceful, and it has like a doorway where you could go to the jacuzzi. In gameplay, the hot tub is not usable because I did put it under the foundation, but if you do want to use it, you can just raise it up and put the foundation back. I just liked the way it looked, and yeah, so I did that because that's usually how most places are. And the upstairs bedroom is kind of what I thought would be the master bedroom, but they're kind of like the same. So if you have like more than one sim, they can definitely reside in this vacation house. But I am going to let you guys here and leave the rest of the video for you to watch, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like this video and smack that subscribe button for me. You guys are great. Bye everyone.
the